Are you ready for this? She says, I've had 2 Ds already. He says, have you actually? Wow, babe, that's so hot. Thing I saw was Larry wearing this purse like, someone else we know. That piece of shit, Peggy Watson.
Let me help you with that. Another watch. You're such a legend, man.
I was like, what's next? Does he want to get pegged like him too, that asshole? Then I
don't know what is up with that, with all these dudes with a lot of money and influence. I don't know why they're swinging the feminine way. I may have missed it. It's becoming a trend that is popular, but I don't know what's up with that. I just don't.
Saw his Shabuta wife with Rampage, playing with their hair, smiling, flirting, and all these inside jokes between them all.
I don't mess with married women. Not even, dude. My wife knows how to do this too. You know jiu-jitsu? Try it out, man. No.
No.
It was like, I knew something's going on. When I found out the real story, I wish I didn't, because now I'm sick from this shit.
Man.
Shit, Dick. How he robbed his good friend Daniel for $50,000 for a down payment of his house and never paid him a cent back, and now that guy is stuck driving around in Ubers and feeding his family McDonald's. You guys remember that shit, right? While I was investigating that story, I saw files and files of information on Larry, messages, conversations. I spoke personally to people that were the closest to him, and I heard stories and seen shit that I never wanted to see again, because since then, I've been having nightmares about all that sick shit, and I never wanted to release it so you guys won't have those same nightmares. But now that the word is out, and, I've heard since then, other people are hurt by Larry's actions. You guys want to say, John, release Larry from... your goobers, milk duds, meat, the purple Skittles. I don't know if I can tell you that this time, because if you do, you may spit that shit out when I show you this shit.
John, release the Larry files. And so if you
can go now. He says, okay, cool. I'll go out, put some clothes on. I got on my knees and kissed your feet after you had from other guy. Masty is feeling very grateful. She says, is Masty going to watch the videos of me being... Yes, I'm watching now. I couldn't wait. I still can't believe all this shit I'm reading. Now this one is the sick one. I don't understand why somebody would want a woman's heel down there. All right, look what he says. He goes, I'm in front. Can Masty, what is this pepper? Can Masty, their Dobby's heel? It'll be the most simp way to... She goes, no, not allowed to. He goes, okay, Dobbs. Now this one, are you ready for this? She says, I've had 2 Ds already. He says, have you actually? Wow, babe, that's so hot. Did they both feel coming home? Okay, is Masty gonna fill Dobby? Yes, Masty's gonna fall inside Dobby's... Did Dobby shower or anything? Since I was in the shower, but I didn't clean myself. He says, okay, perfect. Now this here is a message from a guy who messaged a girlfriend, right, of Larry, saying, I know he's been messaging other women. She says, oh, really? Sure. Look, I don't want to be a homewrecker. Just know he messaged my girlfriend, asking her if she ever thought about being a lifter / vixen. Sounds kind of weird. Then he unsent the message. So I'm not going to say what a vixen is, but it's very similar to a voyeur kind of thing. I can't say this shit on here. All right. So he's basically, finding girls on Instagram with a guy and asking if he can do something. All right. That's all I'm going to say. So this last one, okay, it's a conversation. I trust the source, but I'm not confirming this actually happened, but it's a funny story. He goes, I don't know what's worse, him stealing money or the girls at Mount Vernon Barbell that pegged him a few years back. So I guess him and Peggy are into the same old shit. But Larry, he's the real, Mount Vernon pegger, MVP in all of this. It's only a matter of time before that shit comes out too. I used to train at it.
This is heavy, man. Jesus. This is crazy. How do you get all this? Ugh.
Gym and would hear the stories that this is going back like 6-7 years. Now people, all right, I'm only reading a piece of these conversations. Like I said, I have massive amount of information and personal stuff about the other personal things of how it affected these girls, all this behavior. But I'm not putting that in this video. Like I said, if the girls want to come out and speak their story, they can. But that's all I'm going to read for you guys because I think you guys have enough shit where now when you look at Larry, you're going to be sick from this shit too and have those nightmares. So now you guys know all this crazy shit about Larry, right? Well, all this shit that's going on online, all these clips, all these memes going around about, Larry being a cuck to Rampage Jackson because that stream they did. Well, looking at it now after knowing the shit that you're going to be looking at it a little differently when I tell you this story. Remember the video with Rampage and Larry's wife when she was twirling her hair, playing with her tits, giving him those googly eyes?
Where I'm going after the Philippines, I gotta go to Guatemala later on that month. You ever been to Guatemala? Yes, sir.
Everyone thought she was doing bad shit behind Larry's back, like a Charlotte would. But what if Larry was promoting this love affair? Larry even tells him to get on top of his wife.
My wife knows how to jiu-jitsu. You know jiu-jitsu? Just try it out, man. No.
You see the way that Rampage gives him that look with the eye on the side? Like he doesn't want to give up his secret. Looks to me like they might have had a little bit of too much fun together outside the ring the night before.
This is weird, man.
I don't want to roll with your white
Bruh. Keep the fame. Keep the followers. Keep the fake love. Keep it. Goodness. This is crazy.
I got no control over my little thing.
But that wasn't all, because after that, that mat session, the training session they were all involved in, they went out to dinner together. Rampage, Larry, his wife, and there was a lot of awkward moments on the table. And at one point, Rampage was asked, why doesn't he go on Discord? And he said, you know what? I'm too busy streaming. And then he turns, he looks at Larry's girlfriend and gives her the side eye again.
I don't know what they put in my Discord. I don't even be looking at my Discord. I've been too busy streaming and streaming and hanging out.
That's right.
minute.
I don't mess with married women.
Then after that, they're still all sitting on the table talking to the chat. Somebody brings up P. Diddy. And once his name is brought up, I wonder why. Look how awkward things got even more now.
Diddy Booty is fine. Diddy Booty. That's my favorite nickname.
Diddy Booty.
Diddy Booty Jackson.
Man, we don't know these people. We don't know these people. I'm gonna stick to my statement. It's tough to trust anybody on the internet, including me. It's tough to trust anybody on the internet. Be careful. Be truly careful. This is heartbreaking to see. It really is. It really is.
Jackson. That's what they call it. Diddy Booty Jackson. Hey, she doesn't know. She's born there. I mean, Diddy.
I know about Diddy, but I don't know Diddy. That's the
Well, now you know about Diddy Booty Jackson.
Did you ever go with your career to frequency parties?
No judgment.
Yeah, this is the same some lotion.
That's cool.
It's crazy.
And then the best part, right? Larry, he goes, you know what? I would have went to the P. Diddy party. And I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, we all know how much you love rubbing yourself in oil from the bodybuilding shows. Of course you're gonna rub yourself all over in that shit at a P. Diddy party, you asshole.
I mean, if Diddy invited me, I maybe would have gone. I was single at the time. I mean, I would have, we should have seen it out. Just check it out.
Yeah, you saw what it was all about.
I think everybody would.
No, I mean, yeah, back then. No, yeah, back then, but not knowing what Diddy was up to.
Yeah.
Would you think of?
Yeah, you would lose respect. Like, people would judge you all kinds of ways. People knew you were at the party. So before this came out, if he invited Diddy and
Yeah, you would, because you didn't know what he was up to. But now you know what he's up to. He like,
For me, despite of finding out about whatever happened, still no. No. These Hollywood people are weird people. They're weird. All they have is fame, and who knows what things they did to get there. Don't envy another person because of what they appear to have on the outside. Think about what things they had to do behind closed doors to get there. For a lot of these individuals, remove hard work. Slamming everything. Anyways, for a lot of these individuals, remove hard work out of the picture and think about all the things they had to do that were disgusting to get to where they're at. Think about it. There's many examples out there. I will not say names or what, but yeah, let them keep that fame or whatever.
he like dudes, his nipples.
I didn't hear about all that.
Oh, okay, you didn't hear about it. Okay. Diddy like men, bro. Did you hear about that?
So after that whole fiasco, Larry and his wife, they went on their Kickstream Live again, right, begging for donations. And people were teasing him about that whole Rampage thing, right? And for no reason, no one said anything about being a cuck. Larry had to volunteer and say, listen, I'm not a cuck. And if you really look into what he's saying, now we know why he was bringing it up out of nowhere, just like Greg said.
I mean, he's fine, but no, he's not my type, for sure not. He was very nice and entertaining, but in that particular clip where I'm like touching my hair, I can tell I'm like fully zoned out, and it was just funny, but...
Despite what was said with those clip farming clips, I am not a cup. Hanging out there wondering, there's no cuckoldry going on here.
The fact that you have to respond to people saying that, why? Why? If people call me a thief, call me a gangster or whatever the case, I'm not going to come out and publicly say, oh, I'm not a thief, oh, I'm not a gangster. I know it's not true, so why am I going to feed it? Why am I arguing with idiots? Know what I mean? But in this situation, there's too much receipts, so this is a bit different.
For your position, I don't know what to say.
The truth.
So in the end, and I've spoken about this before in other videos, I believe this is a perfect example of what happens when you are a 16-year-old kid, you go on copious amount of performance-enhancing drugs, and how dangerous it is and how much it can control your brain and your thoughts and can change them. And I know Derek More Plates More Dates spoke about this, Greg Doucette spoke about this, Mike Israel, that asshole, he even spoke about this, how much it can affect you. And, even for me, I remember, I've spoke about it, I've told you guys about this before. I took Trent one time for, I think, 3 weeks. And, no shame if you like the bigger girls. But I was, normally I'm not really attracted to the very, very big ones. But I took that shit, and I got attracted. So it fucked me up, wired my brain differently. Thank God since then I've recovered. But imagine, you're doing this to a 16-year-old person just out of puberty. Imagine how it can affect you.
Yeah, that's dangerous, man. Dangerous. The younger you are when you do these things, the harder it becomes to get out of it. Your brain is not really developed, so when you develop addictions that young, it's less likely you'll quit.
I think Larry is a perfect example of that, and a cautionary tale for kids not to mess with all this shit.
Yeah.
So now Larry, like I said, we all have kinks. Nothing to be ashamed of. Some we like crazier shit, and others just part of being a human, right?
Yeah.
But you can't go and start destroying people's lives like you have because of those kinks.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that you've gotten older, you have matured, and those people that you have hurt, I believe they deserve closure in their lives because their lives were affected by your actions. And saying that, seeing you with this new girl, she's your wife now, I was thinking, maybe you did find the perfect girl for you because maybe she's into all the same exact things as you. And hopefully, she's not going to be hurt like the other people are. As far as, the other people that were affected, I believe.
Anyway, I'll leave it off at that. I don't know what to say at this point. I think I said enough. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section on what you think about this whole situation. And let me know what videos you'd like me to react to as well. And I can definitely work on doing those. Thank you so much for getting to this point. Subscribe for more reaction videos. May God bless you, and I'll see you next video.